And the masters of the universe.
Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said,
By the power of Grayskull,
Hi again guys, welcome back to another gym session down Valhalla Gym, part of our Masters of the Pump series. I'm Big Al Devlin. This particular workout is back and biceps. At the moment, well, you know, I'm having to train just upper body. I actually tore my quad ever so slightly, not a big tear, but a tear's a tear, right? I actually tore my quad around the teardrop and around the knee on the 23rd of December. Got it because I was going up a little bit too fast. I wanted to get a big one rep max. I was hoping to get to 60 to 80, maybe even push 300 kilos. As a result, I went up, you know, stupidly quick. I basically started at 170 kilos, and as I stepped off from the bar, you know, it twinged my leg only a little bit, as I say. I carried on. I went up to 240, but by that point I was like, nah, you know what? What's the point in going any heavier? I ain't gonna get anything, you know, without risking my legs. So consequently, I'm resting, and as I say, training pretty much exclusively at the moment, upper body, mostly chest. But a good rule of thumb is if you want a big bench, then you got to have a big back, you know. So with that in mind, every time you do a chest workout, you should actually sit down and go, you know what, I'm going to do a back workout to even it all out.
So I've hit the weight that I want to hit there. Total resistance of 125 pounds, which is a pretty decent weight to the point where I'm having to use straps now. Bar that I'm using is extra thick, it's 2 inch in diameter, so holding on to something like this is particularly difficult. Normal bar I'd be able to hold on to, but this, yeah, it's like holding on to a Strongman axle, very good for the grip, but I've now reached my limit regards what I can get for a decent amount of reps, so put these on just so I can work the back. Now what I'm going to do, now that I've hit the weight that I want to hit, is I'm going to do one breakdown set. So I'm going to start off at 125 pounds, get what I can. We may do some normal reps and some high intensity heavy duty reps and work as we go along. Once we hit our limit on that though, I will take the bar and move it on to the next resistance, the next slightly lower resistance of 100 pounds. And then again, once we hit the limit on that, doing what we can, we'll drop the resistance again.
And so I'm doing my back workout here today, as I say, focus on lat pull downs. That's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything too heavy because, well, I can't do deadlift, so it just doesn't feel quite right. So just prior to this, you're seeing all my warm-ups, making my way up to 125 pounds. And now we've got our first working set. This is going to be a breakdown set, or a form of breakdown set called a giant set. That's where you stay on the same exercise. You just do set after set of ever-changing weight, trying to maintain the reps where possible. Now the reps that I'm doing here are what I call heavy-duty reps, off the heavy-duty principle by Mike Mentzer. So when you see the breakdown of what I'm doing for my routines, the written breakdowns at the beginning of the workouts, when you see HD, that means that the reps are being done in the manner that you can see here. It combines eccentric pauses, negative work, and flushing pauses also. So, you know, it's a great way to engage the muscles to the absolute max. You know, this literally breaks you down in some ways. Why these are called breakdown sets, not only because of course the weight breaks down as you go further on, but it also breaks your body down. But you know, this isn't bad as long as your nutrition's good, and not only are you eating enough, but you're resting enough. You know, if you do this every time, guys, you know, you watch these kind of workouts, not just by myself, but all the, you know, the really good bodybuilders and strongmen and powerlifters out there. If they train like this, just be warned. Don't train like this all the time. You need your rest. You need your food. Yeah, you need to be feeding your body so that you can repair the damage that this kind of workout does. Now, the next time I'll be training something like this will be in the next 7 to 10 days. So, you know, my back gets a good old rest. I mean, 7 days would be the absolute bare minimum most of the time. The fact that I'm in my fitness phase at the moment might see this come around a little bit sooner. You know, I might do something like this, you know, in the next sort of 6 days, but you know, 6 to 7 days is the bare minimum time period that you need to rest in between these kind of exercises, and I recommend between 8 to 10 days ideally. That was my problem before. I've always overtrained. You know, the most I've trained in a week. I did this fairly regularly during the point when I was thinking of going back into the ring to fight. I used to train 18 times a week. Yeah, so when I say I overtrained, I mean I really overtrained. It doesn't take a genius to see that, but believe it or not, even 5 or 6 workouts a week is potentially overtraining, depending on how hard and how heavy you go. Now, me being a bigger guy, I lift bigger weights, so it's easier for me to overtrain, so I have to train that a little bit less. If you're a bit of a newbie, you're new to lifting weights, or you maybe just haven't quite got the sort of strength there, regardless whether you're new or not, if you're content at lifting lighter weights, then you know you can train more often because you're putting less stress and less strain on your body. It's harder to overtrain when you're lifting light weights, right?
So that's our warm-up done on there. So we don't need to do quite as much on biceps to warm up because we've already worked some over there on back. With that in mind, I actually went up to 40 kilograms. My PB on here for reps is these kind of repage is 35 kilos, so already 5 kilos above what I'm used to doing. Feels great on the arms and the biceps and on the forearms. So I'm starting with this one. It just hits the whole length of the arm from wrist to shoulder. So we're going to do one working set. That's all it takes. Typical Mike makes a heavy duty principle sort of style for developing muscle and strength. I'm going to go in there, we're going to do some eccentric pauses, negative work, the whole shebang, you know what I mean? So it's going to be good, let's build some big arms, I'm looking forward to it.
And so obviously, you know, lat pull downs, the back part of the workout has been done. The good thing is about doing those kind of exercises that the back works the arms, so it's nice and warmed up and everything. You have to do less to tire out the arms, which are a sort of accessory to back. And so I came on to, as I say, to start off with, as you can see here, Swiss curls. These are a beautiful movement. You hold your grip in a slightly different way than you normally would on a straight bar. Takes a little bit of pressure off the wrist, but engages the forearms that little bit more also. It's a great full arm developer, and this is only the second time I've done this. The week before I managed to do 35 kilos, the same sort of reps, so you know, 40 kilos, that's an improvement. 5 kilos in a week, yeah, it's pretty decent, you know. So I was pretty happy with that, but then I wanted to finish off with a little bit more of a sort of more refining workout. So I did strict kills, as you can see here. I'm leaning against my prone hyper extension machine, using that to pin myself in place to remove any momentum or swing that I, you know, may use to get the weight up. So, you know, lightweight, 35 kilos, but you know, when you're doing this super strict, this hits real hard, and the curve on the EZ bar also works a little bit like the Swiss bar. It's a slightly less accentuated angle, but it does take a lot of pressure off the wrists, and I can really hit the arms in different ways.
Well guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for coming and watching my video and tuning in. If you enjoyed this, go check out, of course, my other footage also. Anyway guys, with that, I wish you good luck, ta-ta, and the best of British luck, as I say to yourselves. So ta-ta, goodbye, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.